Some students were whispering like they were passing secret notes. The teacher was more anxious than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Melody answered first after finishing her spelling, and that class was over faster than a hiccup. Melody was still riding the high of class when she saw the girl next to her sporting some shiny shoes. She chirped a greeting like a little bird eager. Subtitles. She flipped through the cards on her wheelchair, noticing that the girl's shoes were truly fabulous. The little girl's name was Rose, and she could be considered Melody's very first fan in her cute little backstage area. Back home, she frolicked like a penguin in the tub, beaming. She and her mom played, spreading joy far and wide. There was an exhibit of space objects at the university. Mom wanted to take Melody, who was thrilled like a child with a new toy, and she eagerly entered Rose's name on the card. On exhibit day, she wore a special outfit, hoping to bring Rose good luck. Rose, like a little gentleman, charmed everyone. Maybe influenced by Mom's advice, Rose stepped in like a cautious techie, being slightly awkward like a toy that had just been unearthed after hiding for ages. Rose was at a loss for words when her sister barged in with a toy, instantly throwing a figurative toy bomb and breaking the tension like a pinata. At the exhibit, parents stealthily led their daughter ahead, leaving space for the kids to chat like a covert op. Melody loved space literature and history, a stark contrast to Rose, whose mom was strict as a warden, hiring tutors mon fry. Outside the exhibit, Rose ran into a few old classmates while Melody just sat there like a silly puppy, waiting to be called. Dad saw this and got a bit riled up. I mean, Melody was not exactly your average kid. But Melody felt a bit bummed, thinking Dad should have a softer spot for friends. While they were chatting, Melody suddenly disappeared from view, like a little magician. Dad found her in the screening room where she was glued to the screen. Film stars Hawking, sharing his struggles and achievements. Melody grows more dejected, wishing to be such a superstar. Subtitle. Dad did some research and discovered the electronic voice device utilized by Hawking. Yet Mom considered it to be an instrument solely for patients, which put the couple in a dilemma as the prices were truly nerve-wracking. A standard electronic voice device cost $17,000, just the device price astounding. The price excluded upgrades. To enable her daughter to speak, Mom had to contact the insurer, preparing for a long fight. Finally, after relentless persuasion from Mom, the insurance company agreed to fund Melody, but only after testing to confirm if she was really keen to chat. The tester told her to chill and then whipped out some illustrated cards with tomatoes, balloons, strawberries, cherries, and bananas. He asked her to pick one that was different. Melody's first thought was banana because it was the oddball in color, but in the end, she chose the balloon. Unfortunately, she picked wrong and failed the company test, and seeing her mom's disappointed face made her feel like this was just plain unfair. Melody became emotional, bursting like a balloon, wildly waving her arms outside, sensing the result was unrelated to her hopes. Only Dad was there to comfort her, believing that every problem had a solution, much like how you can manage to open a locked door even without. So he took Melody to Catherine, who had to complete an insurance assessment form requiring a grad/PhD signature. Catherine looked at the paperwork and noticed there was no mention of a medical degree, and she just happened to have an education PhD. A jackpot. Without any hesitation, she signed the document, and with that simple act, and thanks to Catherine's assistance, Melody smoothly obtained her electronic voice device. Everything that followed felt as easy and enjoyable as shopping. That night, when Dad came home, Melody was grinning like a happy little fox, and he finally heard her voice, his face full of support. "What are you doing here? I went looking for you. You came looking for me." What a magical moment. Her tone was as excited as a kid who just ran into a candy store, saying, "Dad, I have a secret to tell you." "Dad, Ali has just popped right out of the water bottle. And as this young hero took shape in the air, he surprisingly recalled events from long ago." Dad couldn't imagine the grievances Melody had endured silently for 12 years. What hurt him most wasn't her physical struggles, but her often misunderstood freedom. Luckily, now that Melody could speak, it was like hitting a new level. You look beautiful. Dad, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. I'm eager to see this. Days later, Melody freely expressed herself, even with makeup. She can use electronic devices to answer teachers' questions, learn the past, and march to the future. The teacher seemed upset, hoping Melody raises her hand next time. After all, teachers have their code. The teacher then announced, Melody's future looks bright. The school will join the national quiz and select team members. Every classmate had a shot. The top 4 who passed the exam would get to represent the school. After class, Melody approached Rose to ask a few questions, but accidentally misspelled something, leading to waves of giggles from the classmates. Rose, fearing ostracism from friends, left hurriedly, leaving Melody helpless. Just when she was at her wit's end, Catherine strolled over and noticed Melody's vocabulary was as stiff as a brick. With Catherine's help, Melody's voice system got an upgrade, recording more commonly used words and letting kids speak in their favorite slang. Melody didn't want to lose her friend Rose, so after improving her voice system, she sought Rose out again, like a master at timing. Melody, you're really pretty, but I think I need your help learning. Melody collected some fun history facts like there were rare Pokemon cards. These were things Rose had never learned before. To snag that quiz spot, Rose decided to stop avoiding Melody and invited her over to team up. Tech bridged Melody's communication, yet failed to erase human bias. When Melody entered in her wheelchair, Monk covered the carpet with paper. Rose felt a bit awkward about this. Sorry, I seem to be a total clean freak. With her awesome memory, talent, and love for history, Melody passed on tons of new knowledge to Rose. In one of the questions, Melody typed out the name of a classmate, Connor. Connor. He's not at all mediocre. He's truly awesome. Do you like him? Oh, do you like him? Want to kiss him? Melody turned as red as a tomato, her face glowing with all the emotions. Adolescent restlessness let 2 friends express themselves truly, but it was just a playful joke. Melody knew love and friendship were out of reach.